personally for 12 years. We're great supporters of each other's music. We played concerts together. Look at that t-shirt. Look at that. I know those guys.
We have Derek here, and Derek plays in a couple bands. One of these bands is called Scour, I understand, and it's one of them is Philip H. Ensemble and the Illegals. And for my first question for you, Derek, which is kind of what you get a lot, where did you meet Phil? Like, how did you meet him?
I met Phil when my old band Cattle Decapitation played the Scour Horror Film Festival. It was a cool deal. We were actually first band announced for that year. I don't remember exactly when they announced it, but we were the first band announced for this festival for that year, and it was super cool. And I remember we got there within the first 5 minutes of me getting to the festival. I already met Phil. It was insane. Went out there. I met my buddy Zach Oler, Strong Attention, and I was like, "Oh, what's going on?" He's like, "Oh, just hanging out with Jimmy and Blues out there." And I was like, "Oh, cool." And he's like, "Oh, I'm Big Phil." I was like, "Oh, let's go say what's up." So went out there, and Phil just came up and said, "What's up?" right away. He's like, "Cattle Decapitation," and like gave me the what's up, and that was the first time I met him. And then so Cattle actually had him do a guest vocal on our album on the song Prophets of Lost. So we kind of got a little rapport working together. And then when it came time to find a vocalist for Scour, there was no other choice, really,
Did you have to persuade Phil to join Scour, or was he just already set in stone, like, I'm gonna go with you guys?
Phil's kind of dabbled in the black metal-ish realm, if you can call it that. And I just had these 2 demos, just scratch guitar and drum machine. And I was just kind of like trying to put it together. And I knew I wanted John Jarvis in the band. And since he's more of a bass player, I'll just stick to guitar. And we were putting it together, and he just sent the songs to Phil in an email, and Phil said he was down. We're like, all right, you're in. And then when first record came out, like biting our nails, like, when's he going to send the vocals, and he said he didn't have us make any changes to the music, which is incredible. I actually still hasn't for any of the albums. When he sent the vocals, it wasn't what I was expecting, but it was exactly what Scour needed, and it's just so awesome. I probably listened to that EP like 100 times that day.
You were a huge Pantera fan probably from back in the day. So what's it like performing with like your idol and being in a band with them and becoming a friend, bonding a strong friendship?
Definitely was Pantera fan growing up. Never saw Pantera live, believe it or not. Really strange being in this position, but I remember, and me and my brother joke about this, after school when I was in like 2nd grade, we used to go to our neighbor's house, the Valentis. Every day after school, we would go and thrash to Pantera for some reason and jump on couches and stuff and just be bad kids, So I definitely grew up with Pantera. Metallica was a huge one for me growing up. Still probably my number 1 favorite band. It's been really just cool, to get to know Phil and go to his house and kayak with him. And, we've been around the world. 2019, we went everywhere. South America twice, Australia. So it's cool to just travel with him and the Illegals in general. I mean, those are my bros, you know what I'm saying? So it's a total family unit. The Scour unit is a big family. It was a nice welcome change of what I was dealing with, just to have that real supportive family unit. I step back sometimes, like when we're playing This Love at a sold-out Madison Square Garden show. Like these blue lights are coming down, I just look over and I see Phil like belting it out, and I'm just like, what the fuck, It's pretty unreal. It's been a great time, and we try to do justice for, the Abbott brothers and just do a, solid tribute to the guys, play as hard as we can. So.
You were on stage with Aquaman. You know what I mean? Like, you were on stage. Mark sold out karaoke bars in Chicago for 20 people, and then they left after he was done singing. You were on stage with the Aquaman, Jason Momoa. What was that like, being on stage with this Hollywood icon that's like larger than life now? What was that like?
Jason Momoa, my boy, that dude, he's super cool. He came, I was walking into our backstage room 20 minutes before we were gonna walk to the stage and see him coming down, and he's got like 4 kids with him, and he was actually with the creator of Game of Thrones. I didn't get a chance to talk to him. I was like, oh my God. But I saw him walking. He kind of had this smile, and I was like, "Hey, what's up, man?" He's like, "What's going on?" I was like, "You want to come say what's up to Phil and the guys?" And he's like, "Is that cool?" I'm like, "Let's do it." And I guess Mike DeLeon had ran into him, and he's like, "Come down to our room sometime." So it was cool. He came in, him and Phil, met and all that. And I said, "Hey, dude, you should come up and do some backups on Walk or something." I thought we were playing Walk that night, but we didn't. Instead, on This Love, he just walked out, and I look over, and he's thrashing around, and my gal's back there just like looking at me like, what is going on? And it was really cool, man. That final night in Slayer at the Forum was just emotional. It was just incredible. All kinds of people were running around. I met Bill Burr that night. A lot of cool people. Talked to John Five for a little bit. Stuart Copeland was in the house. It was just unreal, It was just a good night all around.
Amazing watching you grow from a minivan to a fucking tour bus with Jason Momoa. I mean, come on, man. I was on stage with you with Covenants when you played in Chicago, just headbanging. So you went from James, the lead singer of Decapitation, to Jason Momoa of Aquaman. I think that's a pretty big gap,
There's so many similarities between the two. It's I remember playing at the Yodi bar and guys ripping it up, and there was some war metal band. I can't remember the name opening up, and
Relic played.
Relic, yeah, those guys are good as well. And
Yeah,
I still actually have the blanket that Renee gave me in the garage right now, but I bring it up with me on tour because it's just the comfiest blanket that Renee gave me about 15 years ago or whatever.
Do you think by any chance Phil's gonna even watch this?
Definitely not. No.
So Derek, compared to all the bands you've been in, which one's been the most satisfying for you?
Let me just break it down, I guess. The Illegals, we played a sold-out show at Madison Square Garden opening up for Slayer, doing a tribute to Pantera. It doesn't get much more satisfying than that. Scour is extremely satisfying because I actually write all the music for Scour, and for me to have my little baby blow up is extremely satisfying. And I play guitar, so it's a whole different world. And we actually have works of the new album coming out soon. There's going to be a big announcement coming. Cattle's couple albums I was on, the bass tone and the bass work, and the songs I worked on and that stuff. Two great albums forever. Those were studio satisfaction. I would say I'd have to go to those as well. Cast of Stone got the sweet satisfaction of my original core dudes, and our EP was mixed by Dan Swano.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he's our hero as well, and he made the bass tone, crushing bass tone. So there's satisfaction in that, and then the Booze Hounds, is the anti-band, and we did everything against. It was the most fun you could ever have on stage ever. I could tell you stories. We've done our last show. We ordered a pizza on stage. And then our drummer's up there with the mic, and he's ordered a pizza. And then the pizza showed up. We brought the guy on stage, took a break to eat pizza. It's just so much shenanigans.
With Unmerciful, you did the live tracks.
Now, Unmerciful, probably the most brutal band out there.
Oh, absolutely.
Their new record crushes.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Jeremy Turner back on bass? Get out of here. Unmerciful, whenever we came to town or whatever show we did, we were the most brutal band in the house. I don't even care what anybody says. That's when we toured with Cannibal Corpse, Dying Fetus, and Necrophagus. That's pretty brutal. Still, I think the best death metal tour that I've ever witnessed was that tour in 2007.
So, Derek, of all the tours you've been, all the countries you've been in, which country had the worst food?
Easily, I could tell you right now, just this one place. In Tilburg, is that where the Netherlands Death Fest is? I believe we went to a pizza place. I was with Cattle at the time. I love the city, by the way. Holland is one of my favorite places. But we went to this kebab. It wasn't a kebab shop, but it was a pizza place or what. I go, I'll get the pepperoni pizza. Just to make sure, I got this guy's pepperoni. It's pepperoni. Yes, pepperoni. I was like, all right, we're good. They brought me a pizza, tuna fish and jalapeno.
Tuna fish and jalapeno.
That was pepperoni for them. And I was like, I mean, you could just see my face. And so, like, I thought it was turkey for a second. I was like, I'm gonna eat a slice, and I don't eat any seafood at all. I hate it. I've tried every fish taco. I hate it. I just can't do it. I ate an entire slice. I was like, I don't think this is turkey. And then someone's like, no, it's tuna fish. I can still taste it right now, and it's making me sick to my stomach. The word tuna fish and jalapeno on a pizza. What's wrong with you, people?
Oh my God. I remember the minivan days, man. I remember sleeping in, all 8 of us all crashing into a room in Texas. That woman saying to us, don't mind me if I fart in my sleep. And we're like, what the hell? Like, that happened. That happened to Derek and I.
So many floors I've slept on, junky flop houses, park benches in Canada in the winter. Unzip your zip bag and your zip bag, your sleeping bag, and it's just completely soaked in dew. I mean, I've done that so much, so it's cool to get a little comfort. Even a bus for like a month can be kind of brutal, you know.
To show off some of Mark's talent, if you could choose some of the impersonations you would like to hear Mark take on, Mark would be very obliged to do it. So,
my choice?
Your choice. You're the guest of honor.
All right. How about Dee Snider arguing with a meter maid about an expired meter?
Hey, it's D. Snyder here. Hey, listen, what's going on with this meter situation? I know I paid for the meter, man. Come on, you're just gonna party, man. What's going on? You give me a fine? Don't do that.
How about Axl Rose pants shopping at a leather boutique?
All right, guys, I'm Axl Rose from Guns N' Roses. I'm gonna get myself some leather pants so I look all rocky on stage.
Spot on. Spot on.
What else have you been doing to keep yourself busy?
There is going to be a new Scour and going to be another album released. My best work, for sure, everybody's best work. Adam Jarvis said the most ripping drums he's ever laid down. And he said that. He also came up and strangled me in the studio. And I don't think he was joking, because I map out all the drums and stuff too. And he pretty much plays it to a T, obviously makes it a little more drumified. But I'll lay it out, and there was this blast section forever. And I remember after a take, he like threw down the sticks, came up and literally was like, you fuck you. And then like, I could feel the squeeze. I was like, sorry, John. But yeah, it's some of the best work. We got some heavy hitter guests on here, heavy hitter guests. I couldn't love it anymore, and it's gonna be a completion of our box set. To me, for my little baby bedroom project, this is a milestone in life.
How soon is this going to be released? 2021 or late 2021?
2020. Yeah, this year. Fuck the world. Fuck about the COVID. We're gonna have some new Scour.
Glad you took some time out of your day to talk to us, and that's really cool that you get to do surfing and you get to live in a expensive but a really nice climate. So that's, hey, it's cool,
Yeah, nice to meet you guys, man, and great to catch up with you, James. I mean, it's been too long, my man. Been too long.
Did Derek change your life?
Yeah, that's cool, man.
But did your life change?
Uh-huh.